Memo akwaba aba enenso adwumadi so. Ofre me danso. Me emranimfo. Me wo Fortwell Solicitors. I wo North London. Honzi. Na ye ben 10 Pike Lane Tube Station no. Ana fe so ye ben Wood Green. Ofri 10 Pike Lane by honoma one stop bus 41 edi weni akire achwe no. Free 10 Pike Lane Tube Station in him. And also mpo onantia it's about 5 minutes. Na we do nti weda ne ye na betimi anantia. Obetimi anante edi aba. Ye wo unit 1 ground floor Katarina House. And over 50A Clarendon Road N80DJ. Enye irakwan kra. Entino ofre Fortwell Solicitors and as ofre mimpo 07874 108 821 07874 108 821. Maka ni say na mama okoko se de wasetina mutie ana oba o se obeka kire na yetimi ahwe sa wasetina nim na yahwe ne ye de agina so atofo nyame nhira one kai say your first hour no consultation free yenyi sika bia Fortwell Solicitors your honzi. Your phone number is 0203 325 7030 0203 325 7030. Yamin Shrao. Bye bye.
Yo, Ghana for you want English approach my moha. Ya sweaty. Yenye emrenimfo a won akwadare wo emrenimu a poto kasa mu ye kasa a lawyer for entimi nianom mumyemfo ye immigration ensem nyina enko dan wo mo Fortwell Solicitors emrenimu akuku drofo se watna ha che ombeboa wo ma wonsa ka won krata na se wedi edro nso a eyom kokokra eba ni nipa sitena mu ani adwuma mu nsem bia omudim akotene pa omo wo mre di mani pa bia na de enika wo mu poni se no consultation fee.
Fortwell Solicitors always puts our clients' needs first. We specialize in all UK visa applications, detention and deportation cases, student and work points-based work permit applications from both UK and abroad. Fortwell Solicitors also deals with long residence and human rights applications outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Fortwell Solicitors is located at
Unit 1, ground floor, Katrina House, 50A Clarendon Road, London, N80DJ. Nearest tube station, 10 Park Lane and Wood Green. Overground, Holmes Station. Buses, 41 to Archway and 144 to Maswa Hill. For more info, call 0203 3257 030. Call our 24-hour line on 0754 8701 011. Website www.fortwellsolicitors.com.
opening hours Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Thursday be also your Milton Keynes.
Fortwell Solicitors is regulated by SRA.
Fortwell Solicitors.
Pay my mema watching na mema akwaba baby biara o biara mi gidi se wo ho pa mema good morning yada nyame ase se de onim no ene Ebenada Tuesday nyame de yankwa ache yembie the 8th of March 2022 yera bosome foforo mu yada nyame ase ene dey so yaba wa kwan so se de onim no legal hour adwumadie ena edru so yaba se baba be somwo ensem a efa ho eba immigration ensem ho ene asem bi a kire so eba manson bi a eda oni obi ntem a wo pe lawyer amana boa wo de enema gugu akwamu yi ama no dwumadie so na obeti saa nsɛm ni nyinaa esan sɛ yɛwɔ lawyers akuku dimfo a omunim emra no no omunim de a omubetimi akyerɛkyerɛ wo sɛ de bɛyɛ a ode wanamɔ ebetimi asisi ye ɛwɔ saa kwan no so ɛno nti no ɛbɛna da bia yɛba wa kwan so no ndubo a ɛne yɛhyɛ ase na ya sɔre so ɛyɛ dubaako ɛno nti no ɛnɛ da so yaba medin de mamalen ɛnɛ mene lawyer Daniel Quell ɛna yɛba bɛsom wo ɛwɔ dwumadie so deɛ ɛka ne sɛ tɛmu kutu na di nkomo ya kyerɛkyerɛ nneɛma mu na sɛ wo question bi na apɛsɛ wo busa lawyer ɛbrɛ ɛma yɛ ho kwan ɛma wotimi de ba ɛma lawyer yi nsɛm na no nyinaa de ma ofɛfɛɛfɛ wo nsɛm ne yɛ tententen ase de yɛ a meka no ɛno deɛ no bɔmmɔden a initial consultation yɛ free wobɛtumi akɔhu lawyer ma na kyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm mu ɛde ama wɔ ɛno nti yɛbɛdi dwumadie yi no sɛdeɛ wonim no mede numbers ne bɛto dwa ama ɛnyɛ sisi a lawyer anosi ewo ne nkyerɛkyerɛ mu mu a na afei me de eye numbers na to dwama me de lawyer so number beto dwama so opese ofre no na kohu no office so a eno so ye possible me de number no beto dwa e de ama no watimi abomoden afre lawyer fefefe wo sa kwan so yesi cohabitant se nipa no wonware so mote dan ba akumu na mo twempene mu odin no ensem bebre timi firi mu eba ene ye baba be di enkomo brofo kakraka bi a lawyer apagya de ato ho no a bekyirikyiri mu say Prenuptial or day oni nyina agreement enti no eno no ye ne lawyer eba be di ho nkomo na wakyirikyiri neme mu e de akyerɛ na ye hu se de besi aye enema esi afa mama lawyer akwaba min sebre lawyer good morning.
Good morning, Mama Lane. Bibi aboko de.
Yesu adumpacho na so
Oh, nyamya domboko. Echia etie fo nso nya anopa we.
Obi ajo so last week you said that do ho kotete but enye hwe. Me so enche bia me ko holidays ntime so me to me dia ma no se de be ya o be prepare.
Here holiday, you deserve it.
Nice. Lawyer, I mama akwa ba die Mr. Wa obi o ho na first time a wo hwe wo obi a onim nipa wo ye Mr. Obetimi a kyerɛ wo chikakra obi a first time wo hwe ye timi eti baby a wo free ni nyina mu ama ye ampachoa
yo me dasi bebre Mama Len your friend lawyer Daniel Quell me fi Fortwell Solicitors Fortwell Solicitors we hwe chi kwan a ye wo Honzi honomo no nearest train station Honzi station and as a Wood Green station and as a Temper Clean station. Any of these train stations not adobe by in ho. Nyame wa domon so na ote Milton Keynes if you chill on so ubetimi abehuye every Thursday ye free legal surgery ewo Milton Keynes offer a book appointment amount na wabehuye internet echna Thursday 2 days from now no oba honoma oba betu yen ewo honum nti ye chire kwan de enye yira kwan kra. We don't even charge for consultation into any issue bia wo bia no obetimi abehuye and then the initial consultation free advice bia documents bia wo bia pesi ye hwemu ma obia no obetimi dia bana ya hwemu ama na ya ma akwan kire akwan ebetimi afaso aboa. I must say a net program no ye family matters but say dia muni mono ebi mu can't be about program is so ankofoje say Fortwell Solicitors immigration and kwan ye but ye other areas employment family civil litigation wills and probate internet from time to time no na ye prefer say ye best simu kakra na de other areas no abekire nkrofo hu say nyema so they may have to take advantage of say the idea bia ye canon program way no for educational purpose. It's just for us to be maybe so actually nkrofo. It is not meant as legal advice. Intimacy wa bentie na unka se lawyer bi ka say intimacy me ko yesi mesrel before bia no bomodin na seek legal advice either say obefre and answer any lawyer of your choice you are happy to speak to no bomodin na contact ni pano na on akwantre regarding or personal circumstances because normally no what we do is here my generic and as a general information say the ankrofo be educated and well informed when going forward and as we take a decision situations be omo life mo say ya wo kan ye no last week nyame ye adom emala PK na be program no and oba ye no obiebie nyama bi eni so into America pick for what was discussed if you can see move for us suspended on current policy whereby say o year application eco home office say the best so ABR or 2.5 years, and we know say 2.5 years, there were two different routes. Normally Obia or 2.5 years beyond also either say 10-year route and also 5-year route. Almost 5-year route, they will normally get 2.5 years, twice. Now qualify for indefinite. Almost more 10-year route, so almost more than that. Normally, so we get application 4 times. The Fortwell Solicitors, we always encourage the clients and as people that we've helped and assisted, say on 2.5 years, so on me I switch about 5-year route. So, however, say with TN program so you would understand, say in order for you to switch to 5-year route, so say ultimate demonstrate say we juma and you are earning in the region of 18,600 a year gross income and sana with me as switch so we English language test nyama kiti bi ho no ma yehwe and sana yetimi aboa amwa switch from 10-year route to 5-year route so but during COVID we also understood and realized that a lot of people were struggling financially. And I'm saying electricity bills, a cost through gas bill, a cost through for salary, baby, people are struggling financially and people need help. Into obi honoma wabase yembuano na yen switching the enko 5-year route so and in order for him to do that with me demonstrate say or 18,600 or tiani rent or any say but ahotre aba and ideally or be per se ye be yisa no recourse to public funds condition if it krata so but the Home Office had this policy whereby say over 5-year route so na okose ye sa no recourse to public funds and the so emawa automatically na you efi 5-year route so as had to call back to the 10-year route into bebre wo honoma even though na ahochire no ewo ho they are struggling financially or more but they found it very reluctant say obeba forward no abesa application because you best switching it na 10-year route so which means it says all your application out for 10 years and no na ni enche ho nti no be hwe na even though ne ho chire no that so 5-year route so but in February last month there was a parliamentary question about Home Secretary regarding this policy and they confirmed say at the moment almost suspended that policy whereby over 5-year route so na okoye application say no recourse to public funds na fiswa be switch edo akọ 10-year route so and they are considering say change guidance which I believe say a very positive and good news for your listeners any amount for more 2.5 years or more drains say and as more contemplate say no recourse to public funds na fiswa so we tie me currently na ahochre ewo ho wo rent tua sika tua ayeden wo uhia ebia universal credit uhia some child support and I say we child benefits be at their bow but you are worried say taking no recourse to public funds and if it's going to be affected this is the best opportunity for you to speak to a lawyer to assist you with the application process say the canon. If you come to us, we will look at all circumstances. You better check your last 6 months pay slips, or last 6 months bank statements. You better check what expenses, what expenditure, and income. If we expenditure higher than we income, now just say and we will be able to assist you. See, no recourse to public fund condition and if it's so amount. I believe people need to take advantage. Once a policy is suspended, changes be about. So it's very, very important. Say, this is the opportunity. Say, ube tusa anamono. Coming to a net yen topic for discussion. Say, ya kan ejuma na ye we do the job to try to help people, and from time to time we see certain trend, and nona informing the topics that we tend to discuss our program way. So for the past few months, you say because of COVID, but we have seen an increase of divorce cases. We've seen cases of separation matters. Obi ohonoma we not only be a correlationship mama worry and answer with, but at the moment our jai eba, and we don't know what is causing the increase. Maybe I never heard that, but unfansana depending eba. So but we tend to see a lot of divorce cases. Now divorce na it take place and no sample ensure that any issue say financial issues are when there's a divorce case going on. Normally you'll be jai warrior and yes, sorry, I know we jai. Once a warrior will crew has an answer warrior, it is likely say over the years, make financial commitments together into properties together, either say properties and motor fee and as a motor UK. I have a motor no mako loans be together. My yenyema be together into our rejai eba. Then apart from the divorce, say will separate you also have to consider ways and means of mobile separating more assets and more liabilities from each other. And it is the process of separating these things, most of the time, it causes a lot of headache for people. We have seen situations whereby Uncle die, but because they are not able to agree on the separation, even though now they have to be forced somebody not the same house together. So what you see, and you can imagine what will go on. So you will be a giant, but because of financial issues, you are forced to continue living with the person under the same roof. Clearly, it's important. Say certain things need to go on. People need to do certain things, and this is the reason why decided say discuss nuptial agreements, and I say nuptial agreements. Nuptial agreements, agreements be parties are almost enter into relationship. There will be 3 types of agreements we are going to discuss today. The first one a prenuptial agreement. Prenuptial agreement agreement Obane Bema and I said 2 parties on Babe enter into a marriage relationship, they will go into that agreement and Sana they go into the marriage relationship. Internally a prenuptial. Then we have a postnuptial agreement whereby you decide say ebia maybe we financial affairs see a 2 years say in case say we whilst you are living together is done whilst the marriage is ongoing. And also very, very important because sometimes the people assume say you can only enter into these agreements and the way before marriage, but if you know worry we crown pona would dear why you mistake the one yes side but also the way I near my corner say more than 2 years it's also available. There's a document and there's an agreement that the 2 parties can decide and as they can agree between yourselves, and then we can enter into that agreement for you. Then there's a last way arrangement be a friend is separation agreement. Separation agreement need and yet financial remedy order, but say Obani Berman, if the couple decide say our arena and ya day betting na bium ya bre obianko ne kwan na omumpe say ye be ye de ye be nyema bebre. That separation agreement might be a document that the 2 parties may enter into. It is not necessarily a financial remedy order, but it is an arrangement that the 2 parties can go into on ways and means check assets, any liabilities during the relationship, and also that can be done, but and only a year only after the parties have agreed to say obia and in a separate way. Into these documents and I said these agreements that we are mentioning, you see how important it is. And for some people, they will ask say like what type of contents in a agreements now we will have to put in. For say agreements now we look at certain things. We look at matrimonial property and are not matrimonial property. The case matrimonial property, they being property, and I said they be nyama assets na munya during the time I'm mobile together. Okay, if only Oyiri and only Ukuno you've gotten together and during the time of the relationship, matter dime, matter car, matter inyama 1 or 2 matter asasi or Ghana. It's very, very important. Sometimes we feel say because your tikroom has say, inyama be a tower amanon enkaho. But all those assets is something that we will incorporate when drafting these arrangements and other these agreements. Normally, you better share inyama the Nkrofo couple and as parties to the relationship, they own before the marriage. You better share inyama bia uko wari we na unim and I say you are expecting say obe inherit some assets into Krum has say na say onanabi eja kokwefu ewo Ghana whilst you are married. You don't expect to say our regina ebeba, then you go to court now obane say when you so papa eja kokwefu into no so per half ebe o ya bebre. And all these things can be protected by these agreements. I know say enye inyama couple want to discuss before they enter into a marriage relationship, but it's very, very important. We as the things are moving on at the moment. Obabe Jawarena, there's acrimony, more court, more yes, say lawyers no beji all right for all this litigation, but sometimes so wouldn't you say in Yama where it tends to assist the couple to prevent these things. And I always say we Fortwell, we are not there to just we are there to make sure that we will save you the finances. Now can always say it was it is very, very important say and then we will consider some of these things useful tools. Sometimes people assume say sika 4 pe and a yes into the end there say we need sika, you don't need to do this, but agreements we can even use it to protect your pension. And pension is the biggest asset that many people have. Obi on my bus driver for 20 years, 30 years. Obi checking a pension, now over 200,000 pounds and what's our pension. Meanwhile, on the bank account, only don't assume say because Unisika or bank account, you don't have any assets. Your pension may be your biggest assets, and you can use these documents and these agreements to protect all those things. Until then, you say, "Hey, bia, okwako ware first one, wage okwako ware second one." By that time, no, what build will pension they do 100,000. Oko ware afi me no ever seen ya. Obanesi Oja or see up half of your pension. Then abeye legal issues that you have to fight these things. It's very, very important say we will do this. And the objectives of nuptial agreements, one, it gives clarification. It will clarify how parties will conduct their financial affairs during the marriage. So you want to make sure say there's transparency, there's clarity. Say, you want council tax, you want to put those things, agree them, and so that you enter the relationship. Because one of the biggest issues that causes relationship breakdown, financial matters, and to be able to clarify these things, before you even enter the relationship, and I say at the end of it, what will happen, it helps. It's also one objective is certainty. It gives certainty. Say, okay, I worry about so we say in a bedding. In a basic. So that certainty is very, very, very important. And we will encourage people to look into it. In a protected assets and for whether say assets are and send worry, and I say assets be a whilst you are in a relationship, you are going to get in Yama, it is going to help you. So what you are saying. And it also limit the scope of uncertain and as emotional draining at the time of divorce. Into the relation won't say courts and sending lawyers and sending draining to the individuals, the parties involved. Look, it's very, very, very important say we get these things done and get them right properly, because when nasa uko share our renimuna inyema eko nasa inyema eji gonwa ebe ha dream bebre so dia meka there are 2 and I said 3 different documents that people may consider depending on the time of the relationship. Say bia aware na oba be eware no anaso unya ware nipa na clearly no untimi nka say oba be ye we post-nuptial agreement so ye pre-nuptial agreement no there are inyeme bia we would expect to say ubetimi aye edi aka ho ansa na waye den wetimi aye. For instance, untimi enye prenuptial agreement 28 days before the marriage ceremony, and yet something that is allowed. Without this information, Obejin say, oh, wow, when they were and I only betina them now come draw something up and sign it. Clearly, no, say one sign and as a man ahead of time and so that mobile warrior and yet valid document. It's very, very, very important. Say these things is accepted, and I say these things are known and sana why they wakoye and as I now say why valid. It's not going to happen. There are inyeme bi ewo honoma we can include in the prenuptial agreement, and I say nuptial agreement. And inyeme bi also want me and thank home. First and foremost, let's look at inyema wait me their account. Wait me the property bia baako etoye ansa na kwako ware, and I say property amumi no matter ansa na mo ware. Wait me the account kwan a mo be chim at the end of the relationship if it should happen. Savings accounts, or bank accounts, you can include it. Or premium bonds, inheritance, stocks and shares, pension pots, NRA, or income, any business interest. All these things, in Yama, we can capture in the agreement now, amount. But it's very important to understand, say, for instance, untimi enye say, oh, ye babe ye prenup into no, say in case say our jaya warrior akwala ye be won during the relationship no obetina meme ho na bia wa be visit over the weekend. So you cannot include child custody any visitation and say ways I be bring it up akwala up in the case of relationship breakdown into sa agreement, it will not be accepted, the cost will not accept it, nobody will recognize that. So it's very, very important say we understand these things. Last few weeks, we discussed child support, child maintenance, child support issues, any maintenance issues, any idea. Ubetimi I include the or neutral agreement with the consumer because they will not recognize it. And illegal affairs and other unfair matters. Maybe all no ebiamu ye bibi ewo mo relationship no mo ento emrakwan and tomwa that cannot be included in the agreement. Even lifestyle matters. Maybe all Martin say everyday activities are also between the two parties. So it's very, very important. Say before I obey yes, sir. Way, you consider all these factors and make sure say agreement now you are doing the right agreement. And yes, sir, in fact, your marriage is protected, but at the end of it, you realize that no, it is not protected. Even sometimes, future earnings. Obi ohonoma ebia ushia no na se bia fanso na oko school. Ejuma sheda nye ejuma papa bia, and he's hoping say ori ejuma na he will get a better job. And we've seen relationship breakdown as a marriage breakdown. Obi ohonuma waka say osha after a year or two no ejuma na all year no ne pay be increase akobe £100,000 into a settlement. They should factor all those things in. If you have drafted your prenup early and appropriately, this is something that you will be able to protect, and I say you'll be able to factor in whilst drafting and say, look, and idea this will be included in any settlement agreement, and I say sir. Say the American on the onset, any agreement be obey and sana obey warren need to be at least done 28 days and sana that way no marriage ceremony takes place, and yes sir, any acceptable. Now one of the key questions are na in for a bisane say your prenup agreement is it legally binding? And the answer is no, it is not legally binding, but you can enforce it. But let me explain the difference. Say sa neutral agreement legally binding. What we technically mean is untimi exclude the jurisdiction of the UK courts from looking at the basis of agreement na mo ye. It is okay agreement now ka say oh in case say in future ba ko person or the same way court or ontimi enfa court ebe make his agreement invalid. These are some of the things that you need to be looking into. And ansana we say court so look into maybe amu jaya and then you decide say oh agreement na ye no mean to still make more things into the middle court. The court will still put much weight on the agreement that the two parties put in because it shows the intention of the couple. For so many years, we acquire so many properties and assets, and send obabe warren. Then within a year or two, now we now say open half of the property. Meanwhile, most signings are prenup agreements now. The court will consider that prenup agreement before making any decision. Even though you are free, you have liberty to obey making application. But there are certain things that the court will also look at. The court will look at say application and I say agreements now more entire. Both parties entire without any undue influence. And you say obema ne she obane say besinian away lawyer honey signing agreement and yes I mean worry. They will be looking at that. Was there any undue influence for both way and I say Bibisa? If there was no undue influence, one I'll signing and as one I'll willingly, then the courts may look at that and say okay, take huge consideration as to the factors now they signing documents. Another thing is we expect before such agreement will be agreed on, say both parties is seeking independent legal advice. Say bia waba me ho say memboa na yen sign document yen such agreement na ye bibia emma ewia say the other party no oba na ono so person or sign or making sure so ono so be kwa different lawyer na lawyer no amana advice on the things that they need to do and sana wetin ya then assign. Without that it will not be acceptable and also something that need to be we need to be aware of. And normally obi ebebisa say na say to me 8 sign it agreement in area how long in a last for. It will last for as long as mo marriage ebe last say mo marriage last afebo na obia in decide say wa bre our or kwa. It may not even be necessary say you better refer to agreement signing. And also very 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 important for people to understand all these things. Now maybe say we decided why all these considerations and then you decide say yes agreement na ekwan ben na obefa so na agreement. Before a agreement we have something we call full disclosure. Obano any obema na omo go into an agreement. We expect to say obia ebe declare the full assets. Untimi emfa ukoko full awo Ghana ewo baby emfa and then agreement now no the other at the corner be look if it happens and I say at the end of the marriage relationship there is an way information to show say what they will assets be HCA render agreement now invalid. We expect to say at the time a more drafty agreement na obia aye inventory of the assets and liabilities and yet just assets bill because our rejai ebaya na nkrofo say check assets check assets ni a check council e wo ho no na obi a check pepe. Most of the time that's how we are doing it. Na ebi mojin say jawari na dan ne car penny we ne penny check but say ka wo ho nso a ka no so say check den eguso. Before we consider signing this agreement we expect to say obano ne pension ne dine ne land good dear any assets bia or biano. We have full inventory of that assets. Beman also will need to lay clear ne assets bia or one pension anything bia ni nyani ebetro ato ho. Then we exchange those documents and as the agreement because pese Echina bi obi ko gina baby no waka say oh na me nim say wo asase bi organ and come and sign this agreement no. Do you understand? You know, we want to make sure that is done. And I say the can no so no both parties need to fully understand the agreement. You know, over signing our lawyer baby so what can be a woman, what be say, waitresses say, lawyer na explaining in a language that you understand. You say, bro, say tree na what here na say cry na what here. What church mu as say send this to say in a bed. All these things are important factors for them to be a valid document, and I say way. Now, obi ebe bisa say na lawyers mo just saying and sana maye such an agreement. We do a fixed fee service for preparing such documents for individuals, but a case by case basis without knowing your requirements and I say your needs as a couple. You know, it's very, very difficult for me to predict how much we will charge for that. You know, anybody who is considering such an agreement, you know, can get in touch. If we look at their assets, what exactly they are looking to achieve with such an agreement, and then we will consider it and get it done for them. See, you know, there is an agreement that you can prepare. I friend a prenuptial agreement. I will be and son of worry. Say 1 year sir and I worry that into only wojiri and I will as we speak, and I say this is the first time you are hearing something like this, then you will also have a type of agreement that you can go into and also give it to me about now why any friend post-nuptial agreement, you know. However, our no into the one at the time into no our no so it's you are almost on the verge of a relationship breakdown. You are the verge say will be able to and also it was separation agreement that we can assist the parties to enter into. And to see that all these three agreements is something that we family lawyers, you know, can assist you to get it resolved. No one said, "Obeba na yehun yahwe diabeboa any nyama bia ebetimi aye na both parties in ebeko fie without having to go through an acrimonious relationship breakdown as a divorce process." Ubetia sika bebre e ama lawyers. Intinu asema ewo ho no minim say they na wo bo ti no. Yeah, there are no questions we bring. So I think, say, with the 20 minutes left, you know, this will be a best opportunity for also any listeners. No question be on for them to give it to us. So they let me explain it actually.
Abusia ene na wasuma ene adani mu said the lawyer church mu no enye immigration nsɛm nko a na ya na omo ehwe eka eba family matters ani nyina mu no omo ho no mu se omo betimi yi wo nsɛm ano nyina de amount ene de aba bepie mu na lawyer achichiri mu agreement ahodo a ɛwɔ hɔ a se opese wo bowura mu bia obetimi abo ewura mu na se eye before se eye whilst wo aware ni mu anase relationship ni mu anase ebia after no ni nyina mu no lawyer achichiri mu de ama ye na dem pese me hu se lawyer we no by force se obi abowura mu bia na
oh there be enye by force enye mandatory. It we only encourage say they are not make shame from the onset no na we have the preconception say mutual agreement there for Sika 4.
Okay.
Sika 4 penna Sika they have to do it. Into no they have a lot of assets in the almost in diagro. Warrior papa now mama crab catcher say massa so bomodiana will make it sure say Obana or Warren and any Sikantina or Baba Warrior and say Bemana Quaco and any Sikantina or Baba Warren to make it sure say you get such an agreement before you enter into the relationship. Into no but yeah, as you may say, but we've come to realize say that me can say you may not be an unisika or account we just say unisika or account but things like pension, things like a dayawato fee, things like asasiawato fee, things like a japadia no. All these things, you know, imagine say if you walk over arena, ubabe jawarena, ubabe losing all those things just because of our rejai. Na embane feel say our rejai ba omo pen omo gain, but we've seen a lot of relationships.
And Mama Waripa, and maybe so called Waripa. Hey, maybe all my opportunities no more.
It's something that we think say, meaning say, and yes, something which is very common in our community. But yeah, man, for it, we do it for a lot of other members of the community. Amufi, other places. Why not? I say, the reason why I almost say say but it's important say we all understand say sanyama we wo honoma ebetimi aboa na why and it helps. Look, it helps so many ways. I can't overemphasize it because divorce cases, any financial remedy order, it has a financial remedy order. Our rejai eba we yes, settle sika semono and near financial remedy order applications and a year a day in some any frustration any way about be brave. And we have been dealing with it a lot of times for a lot of people. We all know Oma worry for a very long time, 20 years, 30 years. Oma womu ye mumbania area, but our arena at this stage. What do you do? Beshena obana woman and I do a weaker financially in a relationship, while brave for 30 years, 20 years, the diamomato fear crown on in the so trying to get it has become a problem. Yeah, intino. Na in Sembebre Ecoso, Mama Len, you can see a Kayan Fifi has and I program. So a lot of things are happening. And sometimes, we know, say, like I say, oh, our red year, we are going in for better for worse. And we don't plan, say, our rejai ebeba. But in as much as marriage has become part of life, such is divorce is a part of life, and we are doing a lot of divorces, and the divorces come with the financial issues. As I say, pension, where a kaya so far cry into and saying all these things. We need to consider before we get into the relationship. So this is the best time to deal with it.
Ebusia ye nsam na no ede ama wo no mesra wa wo hwen o Facebook a wo ba like it. Now betimi a no wa share ede ama ye ehu behia pa. Me wo question bi a mebusa lawyer nkrofo de o mo question na say ba mebusa lawyer. Ba lawyer minim say wo say wo kan e ba mpese wo sisu biem ede ema ye ansa na makọ esinam a question ne other questions aye wo ha no ede ama. Bi mpese me hu ne say bi a my worry sikani anase sikani be maybe anase obe maybe abe worry me oba me wo sika at that time no na me feel so ye budo enti me na nko any agreement bia betimi na metimi akọ agreement anase afterwards no say bia worry jaye bi ba anase relationship ni break it down metimi enya bibi afri mu ana initially no ma anya any agreement bia but then say break it down metimi aya na.
Yes, and I can say there are 3 agreements. You were prenuptial, you were postnuptial. Postnuptial after marriage. Into no more worrying our air cosuna or donny woman, maybe after honeymoon, obi so I and wine, I'll be who say a honey a one. You can decide, say, yes, agreement, and with me about near Yama, and on the and I say our regina a baby dear, na and one some can but yeah, there is an agreement here, friend, a separation agreement that the 2 parties can enter into. But just imagine, say, Uni Obama eti na munyamwe jai aware na ebia we hu se bema no or dying and also was sika or say now if you also brana yen signing agreement say me dynamic na say there do you think that you sign it? Obviously you wouldn't sign it. Something as in as much as I was separation agreement at the time of relationship breakdown, the effectiveness of it and the practicalities of it, and it means it might not be effective. Into the most effective one, answer na mobile worry. And as a more worry, we are being who say Jack, I want to question 1 year said in your mind at 2 years and son of BB say, I'm being to question. Then you can think about doing all these things. Into I feel say depending on the situation, there is a sort of arrangement and as a solution to whatever situation mobile find themselves in at this current time will see our information way.
Okay. Yanko, isn't question now, Obisa, and say, how about if the other spouse has assets in other parts of the world, like Ghana, that the other spouse do not, is not aware of, because they both live in the UK. Or no person who say, how can one find out? You know, say our wa ha say na will be a muba ko ewo ejapade bi ewo fie emi enu eti krom ha me de minim ho hwe eno no sa na kwan ba ni nipa no be fa so a obetwe ho man so ana so obenya bibi de afri mu.
Sedia na make sure from the onset, you know, and if we very easy, so we finding out say obi wo a Japade baby, especially in a country like Ghana, whereby in Nyama Crampo are not centralized near their paperwork near there, and it might be difficult to find. And you know, so we'll be some say a quite bear now be finding out say or assets or Ghana. I don't know. Maybe so we pay investigate our Ghana and I check Yamawa. I don't know how that is possible. You know, for me, you know, for UK, there, you bet me I instruct say search companies. I bet me I search all the assets near there with UK. UK is more things are more easier to get. So what I say, but Ghana, no, the practicalities, you know, it might be difficult. You know, unless you say. Who evidence to say or transfer sikabi koma or be so fancy diamond and answer only BB man or no, it will be very, very difficult for you to identify say BB or but say the American, you know, if the two parties in the air plan they say maybe draw up such an agreement, the expectation is say omumi a day way sincere and honest and bring their inventory, because without what the BB could see now a back up later say at the time a more draw agreement now or the NASA CB or the ACA, that means that that document now must sign and you're valid.
Okay.
And once it is not valid, you know, then Okoya say will buy it. You know, it is in the interest of both parties say Munyan where the mobile kind of create at the time of dealing with the issue, because the other party in finding out say BB and one that say I render the whole document now my invalid, not just say we wasted time.
Okay, we so Ossie, good morning, Mama Lynn, great job. Okay, please ask lawyer Daniel. I finally received my 2.5 year last year December. BRP came within 10 working days, but 3 months now my passport hasn't been returned. Why is that? The honor super say no.
A year na passports no baby a home office for the passports in a call, and the baby a more generated BRP no 2 different places. So over the years, you know, we realize we application a call efficacy monas the decision about you may receive BRP, you know, from a different place, and then a later time you receive your passports and also from a different place. Unfortunately, you know, there have been a number of times if you can say more for Nigeria and for passports. Okay, and if that is the case, then of course, I requested for compensation for you to help you to get a new passport. Internal, say time now so why your application decision about for a very long time now passports in the empire. Then my advice to you, and they say, Obe request is a home office for the passports in the Ebeba. If they still insist and they do not bring the passport to you, then you may have to make an application, say, on the compensate you, because say there wouldn't know. So passport is right now for fra. Sika obe to Yama Ghana High Commission, and yet the same as say, Obabe renew or passport at any right. So passport is right for fra. It's more expensive. So you have David and so no passports, you know, and sana passport fees na kasanso crown pono ewosro. Intino say if you find yourself in a situation whereby home office for Nigeria or passports and as a post office for Nigeria or passports, it may help. Yeah, nasikane subia, but £30 or £40 compensation on the demand. It goes a long way. Say with your further application for new passport. transport.
We see Mr. No the better me man find numbers now to ja but then minim said for na any number no ye breno I so we and so person frame me C020373358820 and I say WhatsApp 0778793998 0778793998 pacho me the lawyer and number to ja e the amount say opese oko hu lawyer e wona share ya na say o friend no na wo assemby a opese ubisa na friend lawyer e wo 0203 3257030 eno office line na me di tuja e di amount na me di mobile so epi so di amount office line no 0203 3257030 and I say from mobile 07944 976 161 07944 976 161 and no lawyer number say opese ufre and now kona share ya Pomodina free or more office line teach you ufra no booking appointment. Don't just walk in and ye jumasa ufra no booking appointment. Na kai who say initial consultation no free and unti no kwa na de kakra opeso hunu na free next time no kwa waboa ho now the case nako na lawyer etimi edi animu aye fefefe edi amount. Me gidi say ene question bia enhye ni hobie me wo just 6 minutes to go until lawyer meto am say so kakra opese odi piece na last words bia opese odi tuja so maya e pa cho fatu
no me da si bebre say dia discuss and with this way agreement issue you know very very important say but your mamutie you are thinking of doing it you know parties in the bed discuss it sometimes you know ubehwe say obi abehum say lawyer boame na menye nuptial agreement and you know open say but not on ne partner no and discuss it the first time and the partner never find out say bibisa el cost no na ya agreement ni bibi ewie a wo de kwa command look it didn't talk on the fee so what means you know it's very very important say the legal aspects no but ansana obe take legal aspects no we no forward no making sure say intiasian so beden ebe ejuma e ofie into know what are the key points and me pese you take it away with your presentation you know? The key point in say your prenuptial agreement and I say document bia yebeka say ebe lay out before our real marriage you know who will be responsible for the property and finances of each partner during the marriage and who this will belong to following a divorce into know say oba be ware ansana obe ware 28 days ansana obe ware no you can enter into this agreement. And then this agreement lay down responsibility of property and finances for each partner. Now, in case you say our renunsu ejaya and point so we think say it is very very helpful for our for and as they are entering into their second marriages. It is very useful for they are expecting say whilst they are married no inherited big assets during the relationship. It's very 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 useful. It is also useful for any party whether so because you don't want a situation where at the end of the relationship you know and you don't want those things. Most of the time no we will encourage people who and strong say they will consider these options and send my day or my worry. Sometimes you know say obi way now they think say what are the way points and I say at the internet the objectives, how can they help me? So them kind of certainty, clarity to the extent say BBC this is what will happen. There will not be surprises. A bit more normal when they come to you after the end of the relationship and I said the marriage. Now, Okachro must say, oh, Dina Mutimono and the cresse otoy and sana oware wirena and I say the cresse otoy and sana oware ukunono, but because our rejai abemunintin. Say Oma Ukunono 40% of the value of the property. No way being a new because he's shocked say Daya or no etoya and sana or warren. Our rejaya bemu na sisia obi ba beji emu half and obi ba beji be 40%.
Yes,
you see, our no once I'm worried, no, there will be little friends. Obi on Mobeka say, oh, or Bema no when to your mortgage nibi, but when to your mortgage nibi, bia na or no trade you will feel, bia no to your council tax, bia no to your way light bill or gas bill. So what you say, into no and the crescent when to your mortgage nibi, but or no to your even let's assume say. Or bear money into your mortgage need when to your crown, but a be a bob show if you are or no ladder. So what you say? It's just a be more arena who say what would Diane son of Warrena were throw ladders or cause some bob. I see
form.
Yeah, then we are talking, but and no crown pono. It could be say no or no shifty amount now it's me there with me to your mortgage. So the ways and means are the courts consider these things, you know, can be very, very difficult for people not to be able to share and are not to be able to pay out money to their other partners. And sometimes they bitterness be abemu, and for that it's not affecting in Kwalakrampa or look, yeah, we should be looking at all these things, and yet immigration penalty we'll talk about these things so that the practice when you crack so no about bra na and cause problems and farm.
It's not my stress that's where they yes see me Diana matome down say we share bob into me no che no de SICC umpa
SICC ban the Diana American say painting obi wa painting am why wallpaper ma why see am why one but why those little things are adding value to the property until so our bar the person would expect so benya bibi.
And lawyer I should actually inquire there. We know be a destiny that I quite know I should have a papa home or you about work movie. I was now share your bread now or just few seconds na 11 hour na lawyer any dinko mopai intimidate say wa famu afutu say so already say nipa na ho ode bomodia na agreement ya ye kan wabo modia di bi egugu akwam because obi ni mo china asem enti no di gugu akwam a yesi edua ebe wo wani osese no ye ntwa so ye tu ase na je se waye ne pepepe na afa so no prevention is better than to cure enti no wo bomodia na no waye ne ntaminim se ekwan eda ho no mo se bia aware no agu awie no betimi afa kwan bi so na watimi anyinya assets ni bi but then uhu ni yie mu na wo sha ase yie na de mra gugu akwan mu yie a ema ebre no so etimi etwitwa fefefe eno nti no yebeka se asida kese na de ma lawyer se eneso oni aba bedi sa enkomoi na wachechire ne memu ede atreye se de onim no ebena da bia na yeba eye wa kwan so with legal hour enti nyame ya adoma next week yebesa ababiem na yaba ba besom kan hu se 10 bo pepepa ne ahya ase na afi ya sorry so eye 11 pepepe aha eye kwan ho enti me expect se eye ba be chirechire wunsem mu nyina ede amount it doesn't work like that but say the medical akana mebo hu de ro all the time no wo follow your number wa fra wo so pese wo book appointment na wo be hu lawyer eno no mo be book bi am afefefe wajibre wakọ na afi wunsem nyina no wo de akoto lawyer anim initial consultation ni ye free no kwa enko expect say ye be spend 1 hour na ama wo da bi eno ye free ntinenya 1 hour sem okwa ni ye kirechire nyema ni so afi wa beboa wo ho na wa pebre na wakọ akwakohu wo mo na afi mo ni wo wura ensem ni mu yie na wo matie ensem na ho kwa nkotwa ntro okoka wo ensem betimi aboa ama wo ne ma tototoso de ama nti ukwa ene na o mato mbo ase tie wo ensem no etimi ehu ekwan yo mbefa so o mo beboa wo enti for mo number na ebomodin se obefrɛ wo mo book appointment momodin asa wo nanti akowura ho just like that there be aha nye Ghana krase se oduru ho mbepamo na aha se utimi ko obi fie na wo mfrɛ na obekwa akogina ho abopru ni mu a wo mio o hye ho pass wo mio because woni ni sa enti no bomodin asa obefa number na wafrɛ wo mo na wa book appointment eno de okwa ye bebie pono na ma eno no office line is 0203 325-7030 raba kama bi obebomodia eyi won semano ama ebuki appointment am wo hu lawyer free lawyer mobile number 07944 976 161 07944 976 161 eno lawyer mobile a ofre na wonsa be kano na afedi e kire osubia no watimi aboa ewo eyesa kwan so ntino yebeda wase ni amo ama monitie na ya kaseda ne da ye ba oji yen ofeso se wuntimi enhye ya bomodin se obehye amaye wuntimi like yeso abe like edi amaye ene de ba wa kwan su ni ebia na ne emboa but ebe boa obi nti wo hia na aboa nyame ya adma next week ye beba na ebia de beba no ebe boa o ewo eye wunsem bia opese wote ewo wasum enu nti no bomodia na frɛ ɛyɛ Fortwell aha na edu besie me ne lawyer Daniel Kwel na ene yebesum mu midin Mama Len aha na edu besie ni akra wo lawyer thank you so much
thank you that's it
you say that's it nti odofo ya akra mo bye bye.
Yo Ghana for you want English approach my moha ya twedi yenye emranimfo a won akwadare wo emranimu a poto kasa mu ye kasa a lawyer for entimi nianom mumyemfo ye immigration ensem nyina enko dan wo mo Fortwell Solicitors emranimu akuku drofo se watna ha che ombebua wo ma wonsa kan won krata na se wedi edronso a eyo mo kokokra eba ni nipa sitena mu ani adwuma mu nsem bia omudim akotene pa omo wo mre di mani pa bia na de enika wo mu poni se no consultation fee.
Fortwell Solicitors always puts our clients' needs first. We specialize in all UK visa applications, detention and deportation cases, student and work points-based work permit applications from both UK and abroad. Fortwell Solicitors also deals with long residence and human rights applications outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Fortwell Solicitors is located at
Unit 1, ground floor, Katrina House, 58 Clarendon Road, London, N80DJ. Nearest tube station, Tempark Lane and Wood Green. Overground, Holmes Station. Buses 41 to Archway and 144 to Maswell Hill. For more info, call 0203 3257 030. Call our 24-hour line on 0754 8701 011. Website www.fortwellsolicitors.com.
opening hours Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Thursday beyond your Milton Keynes.
Fortwell Solicitors is regulated by SRA.
Fortwell Solicitors.